In this video, we're going to be discussing. So, so if you want to start your own marketing, if you want to start your own marketing firm, a digital marketing firm, here are some of the services that you can offer. Okay, so if you want to start your own digital marketing firm, here are some of the services that you can offer. I'm going to go in this video. All right, in this video, we're going to talk about some of the digital marketing service. Okay. If you've ever thought about starting your own digital marketing company, in this video, we're going to go over some of the different marketing services that you can offer. Let's get into it. Okay. This is how heaven speeds down. Okay, we're back. Okay, so we'll reintroduce you, and then I'll just pass it over to you.
Okay.
All right, so we are here in Kaneohe, Hawaii, with Brett from Clickmill.co, who has a digital marketing company that brings in over 45,000 people to his website every month. And he's going to go over some of the different marketing services that he offers and that you can offer as a digital marketing company, maybe just starting out. So, Brett, what are some of the services that you would offer?
Awesome. Yeah. So it depends on what you want to do when you start a digital marketing company. If there's a skill you already have, because this is, it varies. You can do paid advertising, which is where I started in a particular software called Google Ads, but you've got digital advertising and Google Ads, Facebook ads, Amazon ads, Microsoft ads. There's a ton of ads accounts. You can do Instagram ads. When you go to Facebook, you can go over to, obviously, oh my gosh, I said Instagram, Facebook to Instagram, and then you've got LinkedIn ads. So there's a lot of places that you can niche into ads and do that specifically. You've got search engine optimization, which I'm sure many of your viewers are at least heard about, and that is how to show up on Google for free, essentially. So with an ad, you pay to show up at the top of Google. At least that's in Google Ads. Well, with search engine optimization, it's how to tailor and how to edit a web page, much like we've talked about with your blogs, making sure the right keywords and phrases and making sure it shows up in the way people want to read it. And so Google is going to then prefer your article because it's actually the best article. And then you're going to show up at the top of Google. And so that's search engine optimization. You can offer search engine optimization. You can offer web design services. You can offer,
And you've done you've done a lot of these, if
I've done
not
all
all
those.
of them,
Yeah.
in the past
Yes.
or currently.
Yes. You can also offer at this point now artificial intelligence services. You can do just broad content creation. Maybe it's a blog that needs to be created. There's some people who even like yourself, it's like, hey, what you give us the film, we'll go through, we'll put together videos for your YouTube channel, and then you charge to edit and use your expertise on how to make an attractive intro and all this stuff. And you coach them on how to film, and then you take it and you produce it and post it. So that could be like a YouTube marketing agency. There's also social media marketing. And I personally don't like social media. I'm not the person that, has any interest in getting a following and all this stuff, which is hilarious because it comes with the job.
Yeah.
But with social media, how do you meet a need on social media platforms? And what do you do with it? Like, how do you use that to make money for clients? And so there's a lot of posting and scheduling posts and knowing exactly, the video needs to be up and down here and sideways, whatever, sideways here, the
square,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's got to be this long. And here's, and so when you do social media marketing, that's a service you can offer. And I think the main thing that I would recommend, and this was probably the best advice, I didn't start offering multiple services until like 4 years in, maybe 2 years ago now. We started offering all of the services to our clients because you have to learn how to function with just one. You've got to be really good at one, and you've got to be able to get them in the door, and you got to be able to really, give a good service. And so For us, we offered what's called a Google grant, and I won't, go super in depth, but basically Google gives a free advertising account where they fund the account with $10,000 a month for nonprofits. And, of course, we work with a lot of Christian ministries. So I was trained with the marketing firm we discussed in the last video how to run Google ads and how to run these Google grants. And so that was our primary service. And that's all I did for years. And then as I started to see how that interacted with web design and how that interacted with search engine optimization, and I got some more experience in, peripheral things, then it was like, okay, we can actually offer more things. And another reason why I'd say just start with the one thing, something you enjoy and something that solves someone else's problem. Because you don't want to be miserable for 4 or 5 years doing things. And you have to solve a real problem to make money. So
Mhm.
you want to blend those two, but when you're starting, it's too much to do the ads and run the SEO and run the social media. And I have friends and I have colleagues that I've worked with over the years and still have some, and they're doing everything for multiple companies and they're running around and their hair is on fire all
Mhm.
the time. There's
Mhm.
always a crisis and they can't track it all. And then when they go to hire and replace themselves, nobody can do enough stuff to keep up because there's not enough. You can't hire someone for the SEO because you just have two of those and then like two of these and then one of those. And so you can't hire and you can't find someone with a skill set broad enough. That's your job as the entrepreneur, is to know everything in the business.
Mhm.
Nobody's going to know that, because if they did, they'd own their own business and they'd do it. And so you have to have enough work in one area to hand off. So you need to build that up. And then over time, when you're like, I think we could get enough in this other area, then you build that out. And then when you can start handing that off, then you build out another area and you hand that off. And then that's how you build, just maybe more strategically than just, hey, we do everything.
So that's how you've been able to go from just a one person, one man band
Mhm.
to now sitting in a position where you have multiple
Yes.
interns and multiple people working for you as well.
Yes. And then in addition to that, when I do train, because a lot of our interns or people in our subscription program, they are looking to transition into digital marketing, whether they're, like a Christian who wants to start their own business, much like I went through, or if it's a ministry leader in a church who's like, or someone who wants to go and work in a Christian ministry. What we do is we start training them on the easiest areas of marketing, and they all bridge together. And so it's like, okay, now that you know this one part, like for example, creating online content with artificial intelligence, now that you know how to do this really well, then we're going to move into some SEO, because
Mhm.
it's, the SEO is on the page, and
Mhm.
then you just know what you're looking at and you're like, oh, I guess I already know that.
Mhm.
And then we go into a little bit more technical SEO, and then we can go into a little bit of web page design, because you also have to already design the page and, do some stuff to get that blog, to get that content on there correctly.
Mhm.
So it's all mixed in. So we teach them one part and then we slowly build out the skill set
Mhm.
kind of strategically, that looks like they're already kind of learning it. And then you're just showing them, oh, here's what you did here. And they're like, oh, I already know that. That's so cool.
So if there's people out there that are thinking about starting their own marketing firm,
Mhm.
you would say start in just one area,
Yeah.
get that down,
Yeah.
and then you can expand from there.
Yeah. I would say watch some YouTube videos on, like, what is SEO?
You guys also, they have this subscription service over at clickmill.co. So all of those videos, even the Google ad videos you have
Full.
in the paid subscription,
Yeah.
so you can learn those things yourself.
Yeah.
You could probably take that information
Mhm.
and then go out and begin contacting companies
Yep.
to start to put that in
Yeah.
effect.
In,
Yes.
in the back end subscription, all of the training we do with our interns who commit 6 months and hundreds of hours to the program, all of the training we do with them. And the goal with them is they can either go out and transition into a digital marketing position,
Which you've had
which we've
many
had,
people do.
or start their own business,
Yeah.
which people have. Most have in
Mm,
either one of those.
mm,
Um, And so we take all of that training and then we just make it available for people in the subscription program that might not have, 20 hours a week and 6 months to commit.
Yeah.
But in the time that you do have, you can be watching, here's how to set up Google Ads accounts, here's how to set up Google Grant accounts, here's how to do SEO. And then it's just us actually working on the back end of the website or on
Mhm.
client sites
Mhm.
and going through the process.
Yeah, so Brett's Brett's program, I think you have people from all over the world
Mhm.
that try and join, and you have people from all over the world that actually do join that. So if you're out there right now and it sounds kind of cool or interesting to you to do digital marketing, they can go to clickmill.co and
Mhm.
actually
Yeah, free account. Yeah.
yeah, and set something up, and then actually if they're looking to intern, they could potentially send
We
in
do have internships you can apply on
you
that
can
page. Yeah.
apply on that page, and, so potentially Brett, minimally, you can learn through the video service, but potentially you could be an intern for Brett
Yeah. There you
in the
go.
future, and learn through that process,
Yeah.
and then go from there like his other interns have, and start your own marketing firm,
Yeah.
or venture off to work for big companies that'll pay
Yeah.
good money for that.
Yeah. And I think, and you're right. And that's awesome. I think also moving backwards to what you were saying, um, watch. So you want to watch sort of an array of videos on what is digital advertising, how does it work, what's Google ads, what's Amazon ads, and you don't have to be an expert in any of them. Just see what intrigues you. What is SEO, what's technical SEO, what is web design, everybody knows what that is, but what's social media marketing, and see what people who are sort of experts in that industry have to say about it. See which one starts resonating with you. Start playing around in some of your own accounts and setting some things up, following some tutorials. And then you're going to want to go out and actually start offering services to clients once you know what it is you're offering. And that's where you kind of, we talked about in the last video, go where your audience is, figure out who has this problem, what niche you want to serve. Again, niche down to one niche. The marketing company that trained me just did wedding venues, and we had like 10, 15, I don't remember, wedding venues in Napa and Sonoma, California, Napa Valley. And I mean, we were running tens of millions of dollars of ads every year. It was crazy.
Yeah,
And it was such a tiny niche. So just do something very specific that you can replicate. So pick one service and one niche and just go after it, and you can do really well right
yeah.
off the bat.
Yeah, and Brett has people from all over the world that are in his program. And so if you're watching from anywhere in the world, you can get involved in digital marketing, learn how to do it, and through that process, then progress from there. Um, all right, so in this next video, Brett is going to walk us through some of the numbers. How much do digital marketers make? How much can digital marketers make? Because I know there's a wide array from
It's
very minimal to very maximal. So we want to know inside
stock money.
baseball. We want to know inside baseball. Some of the numbers that you've heard, the potential if you're out there, so that you can see whether it's a viable career option for you. So check out that video right there on how much digital marketers make. We'll see you in the next video.